The recording was grainy, barely holding together under the static of the arena's shield cameras.
7 alien soldiers, armored and confident, circled one human girl. They were laughing.
Then the girl smiled, just slightly, and said 6 words that would be carved into the galaxy's memory forever.
"Hit me again, see what happens." Moments later, there were no witnesses left standing.
They called her Sarah Vale, but on the outer colonies, she was known by a far older title, the Deathworld Girl. Born on Earth, a planet so hostile that even its plants could kill, Sarah grew up under crushing gravity, shifting climates, and predators that learned, evolved, and hunted in packs. When the Galactic Compact opened recruitment for joint combat trials, humanity sent her not because she was the strongest, but because she volunteered. She arrived at the Tarkos training arena, a massive orbital station where cadets of 100 species trained together under artificial gravity fields and alien instructors.
Most aliens thought humans were fragile, slow, and too emotional for combat.
They whispered about Earth like it was a myth.
And Sarah heard every word.
On her first day, she stood quietly in a crowd of alien recruits. The others towered over her, some with horns, others with chitin armor or plasma sacs glowing under their skin.
Sarah just adjusted her jacket and kept her gaze steady. The Varric squad, a reptilian species built for war, took notice.
Their leader, Kor, sneered.
"You're the Deathworlder?" "I expected someone taller." Sarah smirked. "Gravity does that to you." The squad laughed.
But there was something in her eyes that silenced them.
Day 1 of training.
The recruits were placed in combat simulators, weighted armor, neural links, shock fields.
The objective: disable your opponent's beacon without killing them. Most species treated it like a game. Sarah treated it like survival.
Word spread fast. By evening, every alien cadet had heard the same thing.
The human doesn't play by rules. The incident.
It happened during the 3rd week of training.
Sarah was sitting alone in the mess hall when the Varric squad cornered her.
Kor, the same one who mocked her earlier, slammed his tray on her table. "You made my brother look weak in front of the instructors."
Sarah didn't look up. He looked weak because he was. The laughter around them stopped. Kor's eyes burned. "You think this is your world, Deathworlder? You think you can come here and humiliate us?" Sarah calmly folded her hands. "I think if you don't walk away right now, you'll regret it." Kor grinned, showing rows of sharp teeth.
Then he slapped her across the face.
The hall gasped. The impact echoed metal on flesh. Sarah's head turned slightly from the hit.
Then she looked back at him, blood on her lip. Her voice was calm.
Almost too calm. "Hit me again," she said. "See what happens." Kor didn't hesitate.
He swung again, harder this time.
The next thing anyone remembered was the sound.
Not of impact, but of armor breaking.
Sarah moved like lightning.
She caught his arm mid-swing, twisted, and drove her elbow into his shoulder joint. Bone shattered. Before his scream even came, she swept his legs and dropped him flat on the table, snapping it in half. The rest of his squad lunged at her.
The cameras caught everything.
One swung a tray, she ducked, grabbed his wrist, and jammed it into another's throat. Another tried to flank her, she grabbed his tail, yanked him backward, and smashed his head against the wall.
It wasn't a fight. It was an execution. By the time security arrived, all 7 Varric were down.
1 was unconscious.
2 weren't breathing.
Sarah stood in the center, breathing hard, knuckles bleeding. Her voice was steady.
"They hit me. I hit back." The aftermath. The arena went into lockdown.
The footage leaked within hours. Across the galaxy, species who'd mocked humanity watched in silence as one girl dismantled an entire combat squad with her bare hands.
The Galactic Council demanded her arrest. Earth's representative, Admiral Hayes, responded coldly. She was attacked. She survived. That's what humans do. But what no one expected was what came next.
The Varric clan demanded a trial of honor, a sanctioned duel to the death.
They wanted blood. And Sarah accepted. The duel.
It was held in the orbital arena, millions watching from across the network. Her opponent, Commander Varric, Kor's uncle, 2 meters tall, armed with plasma claws and ceremonial armor.
Sarah wore simple exo armor, stripped of enhancements.
Her only weapon, a steel staff. Before the duel began, Varric hissed, "You killed my kin.
Today, I repay that debt." Sarah tightened her grip. "Then stop talking and try." The bell rang. He charged faster than she expected.
His claws tore through her shoulder plate, sparks flying. She spun, blocking the next strike with her staff, using the momentum to drive a knee into his side. He roared, slashing across her helmet.
The visor cracked. Blood trickled down her cheek. She smiled. "Hit me again." He did.
She ducked, slid under his swing, and rammed the staff into his ribs.
The metal bent.
Then she threw it aside, grabbing him by the jaw and slamming her forehead into his snout. Varric stumbled back, dazed. Sarah tackled him, tearing off his armor plates one by one, until she pinned him to the ground. Her hand wrapped around one of his own claws. "One more hit," she whispered. Then she drove the claw through his chest. The crowd fell silent. When the smoke cleared, she stood over his body, breathing hard. Her armor was ruined. Her eyes were calm.
Announcer, winner. Human, Sarah Vale. After the duel. The Varric refused to speak to any human afterward.
But word spread through colonies, stations, and fleets.
The galaxy learned a truth it had long forgotten. Earth's children are not prey. A journalist asked Sarah later why she'd done it.
Her reply became a quote known in every military academy afterward.
"You can't scare someone who grew up on a planet that tries to kill you every day. You can't break someone whose ancestors stared into storms and built homes anyway. You can hit us. You can bleed us. But you'll never make us bow." Final scene. Months later, Sarah was reassigned to a human vessel, the UNSV Horizon, on deep patrol.
As the ship departed, her alien